Hello everybody and welcome to Till Vacuum Do Us Part. If you're new here, my name is Ashley. Today is all about organizing and I'm going to try to give you as many tips and hacks as possible because I know those are super helpful. So anytime I'm organizing a space, I try to pick one space, otherwise this can be super overwhelming. So you could do tons of spaces in one day or just pick one and feel very accomplished. So the first place I'm gonna start is this hall closet. It's basically my daughter's closet. It's all of her crafts and homeschool. We also keep board games in there. So I feel like the easiest way to get started is to go ahead and pull everything out and then you know what you're working with.
Oh, you know you're beautiful, you're beautiful, and it's like you're untouchable.
Once you pull everything out of a closet or a bedroom or whatever you're organizing, even if it's drawers, you start to realize how much stuff you have. So as you can see, I'm not touching the board games. I just put them up there. Typically I have them lower in the summer, but we've started school, so I went ahead and moved them back up. But some of my shelves got messed up because we had kind of like a tin basket in there and it was really scratching, so I switched it out for a plastic one. But I'm going to grab my magic eraser and see if I can get some of those scuffs off.
What are you doing to me? I think I'm going crazy.
Okay, so as you can see right here, it's come up a lot. It's really lightening up all that dark. So I'm gonna grab my barkeeper's friend and see if I can get the rest off so I don't have to repaint this shelf.
I wanna hold you close, don't wanna take it slow.
Anytime that you've cleared something out like this is definitely the time to get it clean. I know your focus is organizing, but there's no reason to put everything back into a dirty closet or a dirty room or a dirty drawer. So just taking a few minutes and vacuuming the space out or dusting it, you'll be glad when you're putting everything back in and everything looks a lot nicer and neater.
Oh, you know you're beautiful, and it's like you're untouchable, don't you know?
As you can tell, I already have bins and stuff like that. I've clearly organized this closet before, but once you organize something, it doesn't mean it's finished. Typically you have to go back in and maintenance it, and that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Some of her pens got mixed up with markers and pencils, so I'm kind of just going back through. This is also a really good time to declutter. So if there's markers that are dried out or crayons they're not using anymore or they're broken, if you're inside your closet and it's clothes you're not wearing, definitely don't put it back in your closet. Just pull it out right now and you'll be glad that those items aren't in there.
I wanna put you in that spotlight.
Anytime you're organizing a space and you can label, I say do it because I feel like it elevates the space, especially for kids. It helps them to know where their pieces go back. So if this is in a closet or right here in a craft closet, now it doesn't work perfectly, but it does help for the main idea. Right here, these I have not reorganized since I put these labels on. She knows right where they go, then I don't have to come in here and clean it up. And when she needs a purple pin, she knows exactly where to go and she doesn't have to waste time looking for it. Now, these are some of her folders for school, and I need to work on getting them labeled. So you can label stuff to get organized, or you may need a label machine just for your kids' stuff. So this is what I'm going to use, and I do want to thank Cricut for sponsoring today's video. This Cricut Joy is my best friend. It is so easy and simple to use. It's going to give you step by step what you need to do. So if you haven't bought one of these machines yet because you're overwhelmed, definitely start with the Cricut Joy. I have both of them, but I pull this out 10 times over the other one. The other one can be a little overwhelming, but that's how I labeled all of the stuff that I showed you previously, and it is super easy. But this guy, I can just create labels for my phone. It links up, I print it, and it is so easy. So if you watch the screen, I'm actually showing you step by step, just in case you're overwhelmed and you've wanted to see what it takes to do it. But like I said, it's going to prompt you and tell you what to do every single time. So there are different styles of labels you can choose from. There's different fonts. You can like customize the size. And what's really cool about this too is it actually cuts it out for you as well. I'll show you that step here in a second. But you can print on these, you can cut it out if you want the letters cut out. I just feel like printing it on it, as you can see right there, is so easy. Then you just peel off the label, you can stick it on anything. This is really cool for gifts as well. Say you need a teacher's gift. I popped one up here, right here on the screen for you. I just got a cheap candle from Dollar General, print out a cute little label, and it's like a personalized gift. Throw in a basket with a gift card or a lotion, and the teacher's gonna love it, and it's gonna look so thoughtful and so personalized. Now we're to that part that it's done with the marker. It's done like drawing on them, and it's gonna have you take the pin out and put the little blade in. To me, this was huge. The first time I used this, I did not realize it was going to cut out the label for me. I thought I was gonna have to cut it out. That takes more time. You have to make it look really pretty. If you're not good at cutting straight lines like me, it can just look messed up. This is literally gonna go through and cut out the design. So all you have to do is literally peel it off and stick it on whatever you're wanting to label. Okay, so I do want to thank Cricut again for sponsoring today's video and helping me out with all of Savannah's school items. They look so cute and labeled so well, so thank you. I'm going to put their link down below in our description box. If I get some type of code with them as well, I'll leave that down below. But thanks again to Cricut for sponsoring today's video. Once it's time to start putting everything back, especially if you're in a child's area, think of their height. So think of the things they're going to need the most and put them where it's the most easily accessed. So all Savannah's homeschool stuff, I don't want it to be way high. I don't want it to be way low. I want it to be right there eye level when she walks into a space. And keep that in mind for how old your child is, how tall they are. If you have young kids and paints and markers, you may want those up high so they can't just go grab them and use them. But as Savannah got older, I pulled them down so she doesn't need me to go create pieces. She can just grab them and work on them. So definitely keep all those things in mind when you're organizing a space for yourself or for your children. Now it is time to move on to the next space. We're gonna head into my kitchen. I have like 2 junk drawers, and one I love. I feel like it's super organized. I'm sure you can tell which one that is. It's on the right. And then the one on the left is just a hot mess. I don't feel like I need 2 junk drawers, and so I decided to make a coffee drawer. So I ordered this like K-Pod holder organizer thing on Amazon. I will link it down below in my description box, and thought, okay, I'm gonna use one of these instead of the junk drawer, but I wanted it to be like right underneath the coffee pot. So I'm gonna move my right drawer into my left drawer and then create that coffee drawer. Even though this is a smaller space, I'm using those same steps as I did in Savannah's closet. I cleared everything out, then I cleaned it. Now I'm gonna start organizing it. So this is where if you have dividers or whatever you're using to organize the space, you can bring it in, and now you can start putting everything back into the area that you're organizing. I love this guy. I looked for a clear one, but it wasn't gonna make it in time for the video. So if you want like a clear one, you can definitely do that as well. But we've had a drawer before right here with coffee in it, and it just slid everywhere. It drove me crazy. It never looked organized. So I am super excited about this little bad boy right here. It just looks so pretty. I don't even drink coffee, but I'm not gonna lie, I keep walking past there to open the drawer just to look at it. Anybody else do that when they organize, or is it just me? These little pods are made for cleaning, so occasionally I will stick it into our coffee pot just to make all the insides, make sure those are getting clean. They're really nice to have on hand, and I'm pretty sure they're from Amazon as well, so I'll link those too. Now I'm gonna go ahead and bring the straws down. I had them up in a coffee cup with the coffee cups, but now that we have a drawer, it'll be nice just to plop those down. This would be cool to do even in the winter with like a, what is it called? Oh, a hot cocoa drawer or hot chocolate. I don't drink that either because I don't like chocolate, but these drawers will be fun for Chase and Savannah and just guests that come over. Up next, it's a combination of the last two things we organized. It's in the kitchen, but it's Savannah's space. So I like to have all her items down low. Her friends even know where to go, so they don't have to ask for anything. They can just reach and get whatever they need. But it just hasn't been organized well. It's always a mess. It was even somewhat put together when I just showed you, but it's even looked worse than that. So I went ahead and bought this little shelf system off Amazon again. I know I talk about them a lot, but they're just so easy to order from, and it shows up at your front door like in 2 days. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this together, and then we'll get that space organized as well.
So you think you were right? Bring it on, prove me wrong. Go put up a fight.
In case you're in the market for something like this, these shelves are adjustable. So you can put them wherever you need them. So if you have like short cups or tall bottles, whatever you need to do to make it work, it is completely adjustable, which makes it super nice that you can just like make it fit the area that you need.
Take you in my trust. Oh, no. You know that ain't the way. Oh.
Just another quick reminder, if you're not good at organizing, I'm going to say this again, I'm using those same steps. So I'm going to pull everything out so I know what I'm working with. If you need to declutter at this point, do it, but I did recently declutter a lot of her cups. So what she has down here she wants, and then I'm going to finagle this piece in. It took me a second, but I got it. When you have kids areas or young kids in your house, it's really good to let them have their own space. Now, nothing in here is breakable, so no matter what she gets or her friends get and they drop, it's not going to break, so keep that in mind. But it's really good for kids to have their own spaces when they reach that age, so she can get her own drink. I don't have to go in there a million times and get a cup down for her. She's not crawling all over my cabinets. Her and her friends can go in, get what they need, and get a drink, and it makes them feel old and responsible, and they start learning to take care of themselves. So if you have a growing kid, just kind of keep that in mind.
Oh, no. There's nothing new in this game. You got to give it up, give it up. But you got to give it up, give it up. You got to give it up, give it up. No, no, no.
As you can see now with the after, this space is going to function so much better. She can see all the cups she has. She can grab it when she's going to dance. I just feel like this piece worked out really well. And like I said, it's Amazon, so I'll have that linked for you. Now we're gonna work on another cabinet in my kitchen. As you can tell, that's kind of the spaces I was needing to get organized. So this is where I keep all my Tupperware for like leftovers. You can tell I'm missing some. Some of it was in the refrigerator, some of it was in the dishwasher, but all these lids are starting to crack. I had quite a few of you tell me that I could just get on and reorder the lids. The ones I was wanting, it was kind of pricey. Like I was just wanting to get like gray and black lids. And so I ended up finding these on Amazon for a really good deal, so I'll link them. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull these out of the box, and then I'm gonna get them clean, and then we're gonna organize this cabinet.
would say we were good together. I would say we had fun, but our trails will never run forever.
So far, I'm really loving these containers. I was trying to find some without color. You guys know me, I'm not a huge fan of color. So the fact that they're all clear, I love. I also love glass. Now, I know that's different if you still have a 9-to-5 job that you leave to go to work. You may not want to carry glass because it could break. But for us, we're eating all of our leftovers inside of our house. So it works better and I feel like they're just safer. But I'm gonna go ahead and stick them in my sink and hand wash them. Sometimes I just throw them in the dishwasher, but for video's sake, I didn't have time to do that because I was filming. So we're gonna hand wash these, make sure they're nice and clean, and then we'll get them organized and put away.
You hurt me too. Then we make love when we are done.
Anytime I show my sink, I always get a lot of questions of, do I like it? That it's just one big sink. I actually love it. I feel like it is a little bit harder to clean. You have to push the water into the drain for the most part, but I also do that because I like to dry it out. But I love having it. I don't miss the divider at all. I wish I would have had this when Savannah was a baby. I would have loved to have given her baths in it. So if you're trying to make up your mind, if you're remodeling or buying a home, I absolutely love ours.
Got the look on your face. It's so hard to explain, but the words is the pain when you're breathing out my name. Gloria, please. Don't cry for me. Don't cry for me. Gloria, please. Oh, Gloria.
While I'm working on getting all of these hand dried and over on the other shelf so I can organize them, I wanted to let you guys know that I'm getting so close to 200K and I'm going to be doing a huge giveaway. So once I hit that, I'm going to put it in whatever video is coming up and it could be my next one. So definitely make sure you're subscribed here. Be on the lookout because it is a giveaway you do not want to miss. It's just my way of saying thank you for being here and supporting us, and I can't wait to share it with you.
Say, Gloria, please. Don't cry for me. Oh, Gloria, please. Don't cry for me. Don't cry for me.
Now I'm going to start putting it up in my cabinets. It did take me a few times to figure out how I wanted to do this. They're not huge, and so they weren't taking up a ton of space. And my intentions were to get rid of my other Tupperware, but I have a really hard time giving away Tupperware and blankets. I hoard both of them, so you're going to see here in the after shot, I end up keeping all of it. If I didn't have the space, I would get rid of it, but I felt like my cabinets could hold both of them, so I just decided to keep them.
I've tried, written down the words to say, it is time.
Now we're going to move on to my refrigerator. This is a space I'm just not good at organizing. I've talked about this before. My refrigerator or my pantry, I just can't figure out how to organize it to make it stay that way. Maybe it's just because there's so many people in and out of them. It's just a space that you can't. I don't know. If you guys know how, let me know. I haven't figured it out. I've even thought about hiring somebody to do it, but I'm like, if we're just gonna mess it up anyways, does it really matter? So I'm gonna go ahead. This one's a little bit different. I didn't pull everything out. I probably should have, so I could have cleaned it, but it's not that bad. But I pulled out most of the pieces, and then if I liked where the pieces were, I didn't really move those.
Things that you do, sounds like a fool, 'cause when you touch my hair, the words goes away. What I am trying to do is say I love you. You don't know how now I shiver inside. Doesn't show, but my nerves are inside.
Just a little tip when you are organizing your refrigerator, not that I'm like an expert in this area, but I do have some bins. So I have like dinner bins that I try to keep them in so we know what to look for. I try to keep drinks together. Basically, I try to keep like items together, but like I said, I'm not an expert, so if you know how to do it better, totally do it. But here is how it looks after I kind of just messed with it a little bit. It's not perfect, but at least it's not like super cluttered and dirty.
The things I would say now I keep rambling on. I sound so cliche. What I am trying to do is say I love you. Ooh, 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 and all the things that you do. Ooh, ooh. Sounds like a book.
Also, here's another little trick. I got this bin from the Dollar Tree and it holds your sauces perfect. So then you can see everything you have, especially if they're Chick-fil-A sauces. It's like made for it. And I just keep it in the bottom shelf so Savannah can actually reach them. Now I do have a drawer on our refrigerator, so I'm gonna work on that real quickly as well. For the most part, it's organized, but things in the dividers kind of get mixed up. So I was just kind of fixing those.
The things I plan, the things I would say now I keep rambling on. I sound so cliche. What I am trying to do is say I love you. And all the things that you do. I'm so in love with you.
And here is what it looks like. Once again, I try to keep items in here that Savannah can get to easily because she can just open the drawer and grab it and make a sandwich or a few things that she needs, grab an apple. But here's how it turned out.
The sun in my face, it's so well needed. Life will take care of the rest. Biking alone in the sunset through the canal so the
Okay, that's all my organizing for today, but I wanted to show you, just in case if you're new here, a few other spaces that I've worked on. You can even see the labels I've made with my Cricut Joy. So I've worked out of my garage. I have a video on that if you want to watch it. I've also organized my like mud room with labels. I have a whole video on that as well. And then the next space I worked on is our pantry, and I've labeled a lot of stuff in there. And once again, not to be a broken record, but I have a video on that as well. So if you want to see me working on all of those spaces or any of them, definitely just check out my channel. I'd love to have you around here. Definitely hit that red subscribe button if you like organizing videos, cleaning videos. If you like home projects, we recently bought a new house that we're going to Airbnb, so we're completely renovating that house. But I wanted to show you some real life right here. I know a lot of my house looks organized, but this is what my laundry room, mud room actually looks like right now. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.